The Yankees have a plethora of distinguishable holes on their roster. However, which positions are greater areas of concern is a topic that happens to really get a mixed reaction from Yankees fans. You may not be able to agree on which positions are the most important to upgrade, but today we're going to be talking about where I think the Yankees' biggest concerns lie and some options that the Yankees could go after to fix those issues. With that being said, I'm Ryan Garcia from Fireside Yankees. You know to check me out at Ryan Garcia ESM. You guys know to check out the Fireside Yankees Twitter at Fireside Yankees, to check out Empire Sports Media for all your New York sports content, and of course to subscribe to my channel. So with that being said, let's get into today's video.
That one's in deep to left field.
And just cashes in.
Got him. Oh, what a play.
Standing forward again.
Here comes Wade. Here's the throw. He's safe.
Now, in terms of how they project for 2022, the Yankees' weakest position groups happen to be shortstop, catcher, third base, and center field. Now, there's a huge gap between shortstop, catcher, and then third base, center field, as the Yankees are bottom 15 in shortstop, catcher, right around 15 at third base, and they're top 15 in center field. So shortstop and catcher are huge priorities for the Yankees, or at least it should be, because they don't perform that well in those groups. Gary Sanchez's poor defense over the last few years, alongside his regressing offense, has really limited his ceiling in terms of production. Kyle Gashioka really can't play that much against right-handed pitching, and so the Yankees have a really bad tandem there. I think Gashioka is good. I think Sanchez is okay, but the fit together doesn't really work because they're both right-handed guys, and Sanchez can't play great defense, so it hinders his ability to help the Yankees. Shortstop's a huge black hole because Urshela really does not perform well there. His defense is below average at shortstop. His offense last year is below average, and it projects to remain below average with his high chase rates and his inability to lift the ball consistently. He really isn't a player who's going to get much better, and with his poor defense at shortstop, really he's just not a good fit for the Yankees. Now, third base and center field are interesting. Third base, the Yankees have LeMahieu currently, but he's only projected to have around 300 to 400 plate appearances at third base because he's projected to move around the infield a lot. Now, will he move around the infield a lot? Probably, but is it fair to say that LeMahieu is going to have bad production or not great production at third base? No, not necessarily. I think LeMahieu is going to be fine at third base if you play him there. I just think you need a strong fifth infielder so that you can have a guy like LeMahieu playing third and maybe have a guy on the bench like Jonathan Villar or Brad Miller who can play every now and then. You give some infielders a rest and keep the Yankees productive in the infield. Now, lastly, center field is on this list as well, and while I don't think Aaron Hicks is a bad player, his health issues are certainly going to be a huge factor here. If the Yankees make Hicks a fourth outfielder, that's great. If Hicks is just a guy playing every now and then, and the Yankees have a fourth outfielder who plays more often than your average fourth outfielder does, that's also a pretty good situation. If you want to ask me for my best option at shortstop, or center field, or third base, or catcher, we've talked about Carlos Correa, we've talked about Trevor Story, we've talked about Matt Chapman, we've talked about a lot of guys. And at shortstop, I think the best bet's Correa. He's the best shortstop on the market. He's worth the money he's going to ask for. At catcher, really the Yankees just need someone, and I don't know who that someone is, which happens to be the big problem here. At third base, Matt Chapman or Chris Bryant are great fits, though preferably Matt Chapman because he costs trade prospects and not money. And then at center field, the Yankees could slide Joey Gallo to center field. He can play center field. You could put Hicks in left. Or you could have Gallo in center, sign a corner outfielder like a Michael Conforto or Kyle Schwarber, who adds a left-handed bat to that lineup and allows Hicks to become a fourth outfielder and really flourish in that role. Overall, the Yankees position groups, they're really good pitching wise, though they could use some depth there because they are injury prone. But overall, it seems that the Yankees, concrete biggest needs are at shortstop and catcher. They need to get better there. They're not very good there. And if the Yankees want to be a very good team next year, it's always a good idea to make sure that your position groups are strong and steady. And for the most part, they are. But in places like shortstop and catcher, they're really lacking. And in places like third base and center field, they could use some work. With that being said, though, let me know what you think are the Yankees' biggest holes in terms of their position groups. Do you disagree with my list? Do you agree with my list? Who are your guys who can upgrade the Yankees the most? And let me know what you guys think. Comment below, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ryan, out.